Hey guys, this is Locke. Before I begin the video, I actually wanted to take some time to say thank you for helping me reach 1,000 subscriptions. Um, this account is kind of old, it's been around for a year, but it's only over the last month that it started to pick up. I've gained more than 600 subscribers between that period, like over the past month. So just again, I wanted to take some time to thank you for your support and for subscribing to me and helping me on this journey. Uh, so with that, I'll start this video. This video is about the top 5 tips that you probably didn't know about, but would make a difference in your gameplay. So to start with, I'm going to start with the affinity bonuses. So I'm going to use my Halloween Leela, and I will just show you the affinities that she has with other units. You probably did not know this. So she has level 5 affinity with Sakura and Cecil, and she has level 3 affinity with Warrior of Light and Victora. Now, if you take a look at the actual affinity bonuses, it says that, for example, I will get 10% agility with a level 3 and a level 5. So if I put my two level 5s or level 3 affinities next to Leela, I should get a 20% agility bonus. In game, this is not actually what happens. It's some weird obscure fact, but for some reason that's not how it works. And I will show this to you with an example. So I'm going to use this stage because that's the stage I always go to for testing and showing things off. But take a look after this loads. Okay, so my Halloween Leela, when I put, well, I'm going to move these guys around. Okay, so when she is standing within 2 spaces of units that have a level 5 affinity, she has 110 agility. Now, if I switch these guys to people that have a level 3 affinity, check it out. It goes down from 110 to 107. This is really weird. I don't know why, but that's just how the game works. If I leave one unit next to her, and regardless of the affinity, as long as it's above level 3, if it's level 3, level 4, or level 5, she gets 10%. She gets 10% agility from that one unit. However, if I want to get a 20% agility bonus, I need to have both units that are within 2 spaces of her have level 5 affinity, not level 3. So I don't know why that is. Like from the tooltip that it says, like if it's above level 3, she should be getting 10%, but she doesn't. So if you really want to take advantage of going first, make sure all your units are level 5 affinity to each other, because for some reason that's just how the game works. I have no idea why. Now, speaking of that, there is something else that's really weird, especially related to affinity. That's my tip number 2. Like, if you have your level 3 affinity right now and you're looking at level 4 and you're like, man, this is going to take forever because like level 4 is already so hard, getting to level 5 is going to be nuts. That is not the case. And it's, again, just so weird. But take a look. So I'm going to show her affinity with Yuna because she just started level 4, right? So she has 1,000 points to reach level 5, but to reach level 4, she needs 2,600 something points. That doesn't make any sense. Like, it's harder to reach level 4 affinity than level 5. But the good news is that if you're at level 3 and you manage to reach level 4, at least getting to 5 is like half the work of getting to level 4. So you know, it's not an impossible journey. It's like just getting to 4 is the hardest part. Getting to 5 after that is easier. Again, I have no idea why this works. It doesn't make any sense. Maybe they switched it around. Maybe level 4 affinities and level 5 affinity, the way you're supposed to reach them is messed up. I have no idea. But anyway, that's tip number 2. Now, going on to tip number 3, there are some skills that it's much better to leave at level 1. This came into play, and I talked about it during one of my previous CMs. However, a lot of my viewers now are, fairly new to the game, and maybe you don't already know this, or even if you have been playing for a long time, maybe you just never came across this fact before. But take a look. So I've been using Dwayne a lot, but I made sure to leave his jump at level 1. And the reason I left his jump at level 1 is because I want his cast speed to be very slow. Let me see if I have a unit. I think I have Victora, who has a cast speed of much faster, because at the time I'm like, oh yeah, I need to level everything. So yes, so Victora's jump is a cast speed of 360, whereas Dwayne's jump is a cast speed of 160. So once you reach 1000, you will take your skill will go. So what that means is for Victora to use her jump, after 3 clock ticks, her jump will cast. Whereas for Dwayne, he will take I think 600. It's basically 1,000 divided by 160, and I don't have a calculator in front of me, so I'm going to say it's 6, but it might be 7. But anyway, 6. So what this means is when Victoria jumps in the air, she will be invulnerable while she's in the air until she lands her skill. Now, typically you want the jump to be as fast as possible so you can attack the unit before they move, because this doesn't lock onto a unit, it only locks onto a target plane. So typically you want your skills to cast fast. So like the skills that do a lot of damage, like for example, horizontal jump, which I use a lot. Where's that one? This one. Like I leveled it up because I want the skill to go off very, very quickly. However, the regular jump, so I use it a different way. What I use it for is invulnerability. So with Dwayne, while he's in the air for like 6 or 7 clock ticks, he's not targeted. So it's like he gets this invulnerability shield while he's in the air. And if I make him really fast, if I put all my agility stuff on him and leave the skill very slow, by the time he lands, he is almost ready to take his turn. So he can approach the enemies, especially if he's facing like double gunners or something. He can approach the enemies slowly while being in the air. Now moving on to tip number 4, Halloween Leela stats. Now the easiest stat to take a hold of is the agility. So she has 98 agility, but let's check what her stats is in game. And that is actually not going to be 98. But I guess I kind of spoiled the surprise there, but that's my next tip, tip number 4. I don't actually need this, so there we go. The formation screen stats are incorrectly added up in formation versus in the actual game. So take a look. So she had 98 agility on the formation screen, but in game she actually has 99 agility. And the reason that is different is because so in the formation screen, the effects are truncated. Like for example, if she has, say, a 1% agility boost from one place and a 1% agility boost from another place, she doesn't have 100 agility base. So let me actually look at her actual numbers to talk about it because it's easier to explain. So Halloween Leela, there you are. Your actual base agility is 66. Okay, so if she has a 1% agility from somewhere, like for example a guild statue, that 1% becomes 0.6, and anything less than 1 in the formation screen is rounded down. So that 1% agility boost doesn't matter, it's like 0 really, right, on the formation screen. So if she has 1% from here and 1% from somewhere else, that gets truncated down to 0 plus 0, and it shows that she has an additional agility of 0. Whereas in the actual game, those 1% get added up. So you get 1% from guild statue and 1% from somewhere else. That becomes 2%. Now 2% of 6.66 is 1.2. So now she gets +1 agility that she didn't have before because the formation screen is stupid and doesn't show the actual stats. So if you want to know exactly what your unit's stats are, you should look at it in the game. 2B has been released and she is an evading character. The problem with her is that there is a lot of units that have guaranteed hits now. So the funny thing in AI, in the like that I've witnessed in the arena and guild wars and stuff like that, as long as a unit has more than a 0% chance to hit, it will cast a skill that can do the most damage. So say you are 2B and you're fighting Auron, because I don't have Auron, so I can't show him, so I will show 2B instead. So you're 2B and you're fighting Auron, and you cast your shield, because you have this shield that lasts for 3 turns. So you casted this barrier. Now Auron, he has on auto a guaranteed hit skill, and he has a barrier breaking skill. So most likely his barrier breaking skill will do more damage to your 2B than your guaranteed hit skill. But if you give him a lot of accuracy, like if you give him the Odin card that increases accuracy by 25, and you say you put an Alexandrite ring that increases accuracy by 40, and he has, say, a 20% chance to land a hit on 2B, he will use that barrier breaking skill because that's the skill that does the most damage instead of the guaranteed hit skill. So you kind of have to take that into account. So if I ever have a guaranteed hit unit, I try to put as little accuracy on them as possible because I want them to use the guaranteed hit skill. So those are my 5 tips. Now I'm going to give you one bonus tip. Again, this might be something kind of obvious, but it relates to class match. Now if you look at the class match map that's going on right now, you can see that height is very important. Where is this match? I'm going to go to friendly. Oops. Where is it? Okay. So yeah, this map. So you can see that it has a lot of heights going on around, and you have to kind of play around with it. So jump 2 becomes very important. This is the same with skills that can target units in height 2 ranges. So this was very important in this class match. But now that I think about it, that's kind of been the same for every class match that we've had. We don't really get stages like this, which is the current match battle scene where height isn't as important. Every single class match we had, like for example, Snowy Mountains, jump 2 has been very important, and skills that target up to height 2 or more has also been important. So if you want to do well in the class match stage, maybe it's a good idea to invest in units that have those two things. So for example, 2B does not have that. 2B has jump 2, which is good, I guess. So she can kind of reach she can kind of reach units better because of her jump 2 abilities, but she doesn't have any skills that can target a range height of 2 except for Hein on her samurai subjob. This one. This is the only skill that I found that has a range height of 2. You can see it right there. Everything else has a range height of 1. So you can avoid taking damage from her by standing on a block that's 2 heights higher than wherever she could stand on, unless she has to get into 3 spaces to use the skill. So that's been prevalent with a lot of other units, like Titus, for example. I had a lot of trouble in the last class match because he doesn't have any range 2 skills. I had to really get him up close to figure out a way to do something about it. And he also has jump 1, so I had to give him a TMR that increases his jump. And the TMR of choice for that is actually Ketone's TMR, which is this one. So this increases jump and move by 1. So it's been great for me to use on units like Titus to get a leg up on these maps. So anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. If you have other tips to add that are kind of obscure that people don't know about, or even just your favorite tip that's really helped you out, leave it below in the comments. And once again, thank you so much for helping me to reach 1,000 subscribers. Take care now.